With all the crazy price increases, is the luxury handbag trend over? Hello everyone, welcome back to another mommy review where I review all things for the love of. Today I want to talk about, is the luxury handbag trend over? I mean, these markups are pretty crazy and these ridiculous prices for what you get, is it worth it? Now, before I get started, if you like the content on this channel, I'll appreciate it very much if you consider giving this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for considering, and on with the video. The luxury handbag trend has been going strong for a number of years now, but is the luxury handbag trend overrated? I mean, is it still worth it? I definitely believe we are now on a downward slide. I mean, with the current trends for a lot of these luxury fashion houses right now, it's just upcharging on these archival revival. And there's just so many multiple price increases. I just don't know if there is so much of a desire for some of these luxury handbags as it used to be. So today I want to go over the 6 main downfalls I can see related to the luxury handbag trend right now. There are so many reasons for the halt in my personal luxury bag spending, but I think these 6 factors may capture a lot of like the dismay and like how we are just like not as in love with this handbag lover's journey. So let's get started with the 6 main factors that is causing the downfall of the luxury handbag trend. Number 1, I just find that the companies are losing sight. These luxury fashion houses are so focused on the business part of like the handbag industry is totally losing the art of handbags. It must be like the corporate greed with the constant price increases. Like I'm looking at Louis Vuitton as well as Chanel, just puts like a bad taste in my mouth and like wants me to kind of think I'm over it. Just my 2 cents for what it's worth. But I'm just not seeing a lot of creativity and innovation in a lot of the handbags that are coming out for these top fashion houses. The second factor I want to talk about is they're just not paying attention to the audience. These fashion houses are losing their core audience. There are a lot of, I think, aspirational shoppers who keep the light on these luxury houses, but there are also a lot of smart shoppers that are just like feeling full and satisfied and fulfilled with the collection that they have. But like, I would say we still shop now and then, but like a lot of people are looking to the pre-loved market for a great place to shop nowadays. I've been seeing some pre-loved Louis Vuitton prices that has decreased quite a bit in the pre-loved market, to be honest. I mean, the recession is here and people are very sensitive to these price increases. The economy definitely has to do a lot with the downfall of this luxury handbag trend. During the pandemic, there were like stimulus checks, so like these luxury houses saw a lot of increase in sales with everybody having extra money to spend. But now there's no stimulus check. The cost of living is going up, cost of groceries, there's student loans that are coming through that people have to pay off. People are just like strapped for cash, and they're thinking about like how to spend their hard-earned money, and there aren't as many clients who are willing to drop like $5,000, $10,000 per transaction for handbags as there used to be. I mean, it's very tempting, but like I think there's a lot of people who are just admiring from afar. During the pandemic, I think a lot of people were very bored and there was just nowhere else to spend money. But nowadays, like things have opened up, so people have reprioritized where they want to put their money and like what they value more. Everyone's dealing with increased cost of living. This past year, I think people are paying extra for groceries. I mean, there are also like lots of jobs out there, but there aren't like that many jobs that can afford you to have that luxury spending status. On the same note, there are a lot of stores that are closing as well. And some people are worrying about crime, how they don't want to be a target, especially when you're wearing handbags that has like really large logoing. You just like really worry about your personal safety for some people. With so much going on, I think a lot of people just don't think it's worth it to wear or pay for expensive handbags. Next, I want to talk about pricing. I mean, where are the entry level price pieces nowadays for like some of these luxury houses? The entry level pieces are just a lot more expensive than they used to be. Are these luxury companies perhaps getting a little bit too greedy? I mean, I'm not surprised that like LV has multiple price increases in a year, but I'm hoping they are not blind to the fact and seeing that consumers are shifting their spending priorities to other things beside luxury handbags. The fourth point I want to bring up is that a lot of the handbags now are just very trendy. They're just too trendy. Like the micro bag trend. I find a lot of them are not super functional. They're super tiny and not practical. I mean, they are very cute after all, but like a lot of them are not functional. Also, some of the handbags have been adjusted to suit like lower costs for make for some of the luxury fashion house, and I'm looking at Louis Vuitton and the guitar straps that they're trying to pair with a lot of the new handbags. I'm not in love with the guitar straps. They're making the handbags look like not as classy and just like another casual trendy handbag, which is not what I'm looking to shop for when I'm at Louis Vuitton. The fifth point I want to bring up is the limited quality. I mean, lately I've been noticing that Louis Vuitton, for example, has a lot of mismatched straps in terms of like how they attach a strap to the bag. It's not even level for some of the newer handbags. The diminishing quality, I think, is making certain customers just alienate themselves from some of these luxury fashion houses. I mean, the quality just doesn't warrant the price you're paying for. And some of the handbags from, let's say, Coach and other mid-range luxury brands are just producing better quality than I'm seeing at some of these fashion houses. The last point I want to allude to that's leading to this downward spiral of luxury handbag trend is the oversaturated market, and this includes counterfeits. This is a major problem in the market. In fact, there are so many counterfeit handbags. I think it really deters and discourages people from buying from like the real deal. So what does this all mean with like these 6 points I brought up about the downfall of luxury handbag trend? Like, what is for us to look forward to? I mean, like, what is the next biggest upcoming trend? I can say without a doubt it's going to be mid-range luxury. It is time for this quiet luxury trend that's been like looming and growing over the last few years. It's about wearing fine, good quality items that are not logo flashy or like minimalistic in terms of logo. We're talking about classic designs that are ageless, and perhaps you can even pass down to the next generation if you take good care of it. So I'm talking about handbag brands that if you know, you know. I'm talking about brands that are not as flashy, not the Louis Vuitton, not Chanel, not your Hermes. Do you know what brands I'm talking about? I'll give you a couple examples, then I would love to hear from you if you agree or there's other big and upcoming mid-range luxury brands that you think should make this list. The first handbag brand I want to talk about is Loewe. I mean, Loewe is known for the classic puzzle bag, but they also have a lot of beautiful handbags that are very well crafted. This is probably one of the up and coming brands, at least if they keep up with their craftsmanship and also for their quality for leather. Another one is Polen. I've been in love with Polen. They're really affordable and quality product that you get, and I love the minimalistic French chic style from Polen. This is definitely a brand to watch out for. Of course, I am still in love with a lot of other middle market brands such as Coach. I think Coach is really listening to like the newest generation of handbag lovers, not just focusing on those of us who have the economic will and ability to pay for some of these more expensive handbags, but they're reaching out to like their future clientele, and I love that about Coach. Longchamp, I think, is also like one to look out for good quality handbags at the right pricing. For a more minimalistic look, I also really love Celine, but I find that their pricing is a little bit on the higher side, but I find that their bags are very good durability. So at the end of the day, do you think that the luxury handbag trend is over? Are you over the luxury handbag trend? For me, it is not so much whether I can afford something, it's whether I'm willing to kind of prepare to pay for it. Like, I would love a Birkin or a Kelly, but I also prefer to spend time with my family on a family trip somewhere where we have these beautiful memories that we can last for a lifetime. I mean, there's a lot of things that I want to have, but I think that handbags are now just costing so much that I'm not sure if I'm willing to pay the money in exchange for what that money can buy me. I'm thinking of respending my money in like travel and like home improvement. I also don't feel like I have that urgency to buy that many handbags right away as much as I did, I would say, a couple years ago. And I want to know, does anybody feel the same way? One of the things that really spoke to me as I was talking to someone else about this topic was that they mentioned when you're buying something, you're not spending money, you're spending time. All the time it takes for you to work and earn that amount. And that has really helped me in terms of my mindset on how I spend my money and what I spend my money on. So even if like I can make that money back, it doesn't mean I can make that time back. Hopefully this video is helpful for some of you who are into the luxury handbag trend to rethink like, where do we want to put our money towards? How does it speak to our values? Are luxury handbags overhyped? Or maybe we are just readjusting our standard and thinking about, for the money that we're spending, are we getting what it's worth in terms of quality and craftsmanship? At least that's my feeling and my trend at this time and how I feel about the whole luxury bubble bursting. But who knows, maybe like it will bite me on the butt and things will totally be different like a year or like 10 years from now. Well, that's it for the video for today on, is the luxury handbag trend over? Do you think that it's over for you? Do you think that luxury handbags are overhyped? Or are there classics that you think are still worth it? I would love to start a conversation. And with that said, thank you so much for joining me on this video, and I'll see you next time. Take care and stay safe, everyone. Bye for now.